Hi guys, welcome back to Yildiz Readings 5D. For those of you that don't know, I am a psychic medium. I cover your astrology by zodiac sign, twin flame path, live every Friday, so please click the bell. If you do need a booking, you can go to the box directly below and it has all the information that is relevant. And if you want the content ahead of time, as well as a private twin flame coaching room, the pre-release content and the extension videos, they're all on the main page, and information again is below. Without further ado, let's have a look at your zodiac sign and what can be coming up for it. Otherwise, I will see you during the week for all the lives here at Yildiz Readings 5D. Take care, guys. Hi, beautiful Capricorn. We're here to do your psychic intuitive read with the tarot. For this point of the month. Now, yes, there is an extension, so if you do want to have a look at it, the link is directly below. You have some, okay, the way you're looking at a situation at the moment may be yay, nay. Hear me out. In the relationship sector and with your contracts, you're kind of coming to it in a similar fashion, and it may be that you're being pulled at the moment in two directions. You do have the Two of Cups here, crowning energy, and I will pull, oh yeah, I did pull the chakra card. Okay, flowing river, it's in reverse, so which does make sense. Number one, you do have Mars and Cancer at the moment, so you're burning on all pistons trying to get this show on the road. When it does come to all your contract sector, you know, your interconnections. There can be some growth in that area, and it can be very passionate. So really balance your sacral chakra. Being able to utilize the chakra effectively is going to give you more energy throughout the month. It isn't that you don't have the energy. It can just be very passionate. So we can kind of fluctuate. It can get to a point where we can get very aggressive. We can get very burnt out. And then things can be inflamed. So we do need to, with chakra, which is love. It's the things where, you know, our seventh house, really kind of tried to balance everything. That's what I'm getting. I do feel you might be second guessing yourself. You could be thinking, okay, does this person see me this way? Do they have feelings for me? Do I have feelings for them? And it is very first and seventh house placement. Now, although we're talking about astrology here very separately, it's like me versus others energy. I do feel you guys, if you have been working hard, you can look both spiritually and financially. You're coming to the table with learning a lot from the past. You're not wanting to give too much, okay? You're gauging, you're moving into it. You're not wanting to give too much. You're being a little bit guarded. In an element of manifestation, if you are working extremely hard, it is saying that you actually can see some forward momentum, but this could be really the stepping stone to what's going to really overflow in the next 3 to 6 months. And I'm seeing that as a potential for your zodiac sign. I do feel you don't want to go back to the old vibration. You don't want to go back to living in lack mentality, having less, having to fend off or fight for. There's something in your demeanor that has transformed, and I feel you're moving through that, but at the same time you could be second guessing yourself. I do feel on the work front you're actually underestimating yourself. I do feel you may be being really strict and coming through a little bit like, have I done enough? Is there more I could do? It does feel the strict demeanor you're having with yourself, but I actually think you're going to have more success than you know. It is because you're trying to look at things, and I just, before I started recording your video, some of you may actually be dealing with a Virgo, or it could be the analytical aspect of things that you're dealing with, and there's a little bit of self-criticism going on. You're trying to make good choices. You're trying to, do what you can in the most healthiest fashion, except I do feel you could be quite burning yourself out. In pouring energy into both love and career and any of your connections, I do feel you are in the powerhouse. You may not initially feel such. You may feel it's a very push-pull dynamic, and this can make you feel a little bit tense. This can be relating to an individual surrounding the circumstance that you need to be very protective of your creative ideas, what you're doing, and I think you're making assumptions based on your psyche, assumptions based on the circumstances and the surrounding energies of what's happening around you. I do feel these fresh ideas, please don't second guess them, because these fresh kind of vivacious ideas that you're having, even if they're very passionate and you're being very direct, I kind of feel it's a good thing. And I do feel, yes, you could be creating some sense of jealousy around you. And I do feel some of you may have an individual in your circle, and I feel it's on both sides really. It's both in love, can be competition, and also in the domain of work, similar energy, that these people actually may have funky vibrations. You could initially be, it's a bit like when we're in the thick of it and we're doing our A to B. We don't notice why people's demeanors are coming through in a certain mindset, especially if we're tense and we're, running like a bat out of hell. You could initially take the first response, which is, why is that person passing shade at me? I actually think it's a compliment, and it's because this individual does feel quite insecure. I don't feel it's you, Capricorn. I really see you guys just minding your own business and trying to get things done. But there appears to be people around you that you don't have time for that drama. You love, but you also have a job to do, and I think you're taking it quite serious. Now, I do feel for some of you on the work front, if you are pushing forward a idea, and I'll get back to love in a moment, we'll really channel and dig deep into that. For your career sector, I would say that, if you have a creative idea and you're really kind of pushing and trying to get through with that, please continue to. If you're trying to get something off the ground, I do see it to be a success. And even the smallest things, really speak up about it. And I feel this is, having the gift of the gab. Do it obviously in a respectful, healthy manner. It doesn't have to be we're going into the boxing ring, but I do feel people do need to hear your ideas. Please don't second guess yourself and think that people are going to think it's a little bit out there. I do feel it has such great potential that you could be actually second guessing it and maybe thinking that people might cast shade on you. Okay, who is this jealous individual? Oh, they jumped out. Somebody feels that you're going to take their position, and I do feel this is even in love, but as I mentioned, we'll jump through on the career, and now I'm going to redirect back and we're going to talk about love, because I feel that's coming through very loudly as well. I'm feeling with this jealousy, I do feel this is a external person. This could be people, maybe even your thoughts to do with the past, and you pouring energy into circumstances and really not able to break that glass ceiling. I'm really seeing that, facing a shadow. Maybe people were coming across like they were our friends and, really supportive, but then taking your creative ideas. I feel they're kind of scared you're going to take their position, and this could be through your abilities to see things outside the box. I do feel there could be a little bit of jealousy, and I don't feel you're doing this intentionally, but this person is taking it in a certain way, so you're a little bit wary about them, and you're right to be. I do feel this is going to go in your favour regardless, and things are going to pan out a lot better than you thought. Now, in the element of love, I get this vibe that you're reflecting back quite a bit. And this is one of these transits in the year where we are reflecting upon these things quite a bit. I feel in the past you realised that, and it may be these feelings of hate, don't really want to give to you. And this is where the give and take wasn't in the connection, and this could be you or the other person, but I do feel the give and take in this situation was making each other very reserved. It was making each other feel as though you couldn't be open and honest, and potentially because if this connection did have issues previously and you couldn't really go with the flow with things, and you felt like you were walking on eggshells, that you would always put a foot wrong or the other person. There's a lot of reflection over that. I do feel a lot of you aren't in that frequency. You're kind of looking at going, that was not flowing, and open to love point blank zero. I do feel, again, there are two energies. Now, this can be what would need to be if that connection is to get off the ground, or it can directly be two individuals that are playing out in your sphere at the moment with love coming towards you. I do feel you guys are very charismatic this month. People are going to find you extremely attractive. I also feel you're being very realistic. It's like, you know, honey to the bee, but you're being selective about what you're picking. There are going to be picks for love this month, and even moving into the next month. I also feel you're being independent. You're being really direct, especially if people are getting a little bit pushy towards you and wanting you to get where you need to be. But you also could be embodying some healing relating to a soul contract and how you felt to do with that connection and what it means to you now. You know, some of you can really be feeling as though, could you be that old person again? And 9 times out of 10, that attachment is that we feel that if we're not, we can't. And it doesn't really mean that. It just means allow the growth to be and to trust in the process. But you could be really psychologically going through and digging through these situations. I do feel this balance is coming back into the connection. And I definitely feel you're looking at what would need to change in order for that to be a balance, give and take, because you know something hasn't been flowing, and you know, guarded heart healing that requires maybe even feeling that this person wasn't like feeling love for you. I don't feel it was that they're not. In a viewpoint, yes. But there was definitely something, which I'll pull clarify, there was definitely something that was going on with this individual that was causing them to block that down and prevent them from being open with you. Yeah, it was really, I do feel they had a connection. It was you or them. There was one person in this situation had a connection previously, and there was a lot of ghosting that went on. There was very poor communication, but the commitment there nevertheless. And it was really, for some, it was that this person actually ended up having a friend intervene inside the connection. I feel they're war wounds. I don't feel it's anything to do with you, Capricorn. But I do feel some of you are thinking, hey, why can't I get to this happy ever after? And I do feel this is a potential. Now, overall, both for career and love, you're questioning your faith, okay? You're up in your head about it, you're questioning your faith, you're looking at things, you're looking at the manipulation that was there, and you're trying to step into that empowerment. You're willing to help, you're willing to give, but you need it 360. I do feel you are resisting a temptation, but there could be a very tempting offer coming up, but you're resisting it because you're going to gauge it. Stay tuned for the snippet to see what the extension read's going to show for both your career sector, your demeanor, and your love interest. Stay tuned, have a look. Wanting communication, maybe needing to mirror this individual's demeanor so that you can get the best out of this. I do feel this person's going through quite a bit over here, Capricorn, and I feel that if you don't get what you want out of your career sector, you're taking your money and you're going for glory. Thanks for joining us here at Yildiz Readings 5D. If you do vibe the tribe, please come along and subscribe. If you do want the content and the extension read or a booking, all the information is directly below. If you have any issues, feel free to message me via YouTube and I can give you a hand. The pre-release content, both for the Twin Flame Coaching Room, the pre-released and the extension reads, like I mentioned, are in the Members Hub, and I am live here every Friday. So if you do have a super chat question, you can come along and join us. Otherwise, stay tuned for next week's updates. I love to read all your feedback and comments, so please do remember to comment if you feel this video is relevant. See you during the week, guys. Take care.